Hello, this is Alistair Beaumont, the Heretic Hermit, bringing you today's birthday reading of Feminine Energy for Tuesday, September the 30th, 2025. The birthday reading consists of 5 cards laid out in order, starting with where you are at, leading to where you are going, followed by what stands in your way, how to get through it, and your always positive birthday gift of the card of the day, just in case the reading leaves you feeling uncomfortable. This one won't. Okay, like 30% it will, because you'll just know when you hear what I have to say, because when you hear what I have to say, you'll be like, okay, I get it, because it's about just facing harsh truth. So it's 70% great, 30% you're gonna be like, oh, and it's like, it's okay, because you'll find out why. So without further ado, okay. Where you are at is represented by major number 11, Justice. It's finally here. You have done it at last. The battle is over. You've won. The enemy has surrendered. Now is a time of great celebration for your victory. Congratulations. I have a specific person in mind for this that I hope it's going to happen the way it's lining up. It would be great if it was. If it's not, whatever, but yeah, of course I wouldn't know if it's her birthday or not, but yeah. Where you are going is represented by the Ten of Cups. You haven't been happy for a very, very long time, and now that's going to change. The storm, the battle, the siege, the ordeal, the battlement, the war, the apocalypse, whatever, is over. Celebrate and be happy. You deserve it. What stands in your way? Because something always has to be in your way, right? The Knight of Swords. Your victory does have its sour grapes, however, as you are quite certain that while they have surrendered to you, your enemy has surrendered to you, they're not dead. You defeated them, certainly, but for others, this war is not over. This is going to make you want more than what you've been given. To quote, I should give I do have a pop culture reference at the end of this, but one of the ones just popped in my head was The Sting with Paul Newman and the late, great Robert Redford, because he was sitting there saying in the beginning of it, because they were trying to get back at, if you haven't seen The Sting, it's an incredible movie. They were trying to get back at the mob boss who killed their friend. But he told them flat out, he's just like, listen, it's like, because here's the thing. We're going to get him, and we're going to take him for his money, but that's all we're going to get. And it's going to have to be good enough. Because nothing's going to make up for Luther. And when he gets to the end of the movie, spoiler alert, he says it. He's just like, no, it's not enough. But it's close. Such a great movie. How to get through it. How to get over the fact that you want more than what you're going to get out of this, because you want to really punish them and make them bleed and all the rest of it. It's like, how are you going to get past that? The Queen of Pentacles, because this is you. What you need to focus on the most is the fruits of your victory. You had to know that there was never going to be a victory which you were to bring down an enemy as large as this one all by yourself. It's the equivalent of having one person suing a country and trying to bring it down. It's like, that was not going to happen. You definitely had to have known that. What matters most is that you have broken down the wall and you've made them bleed. Now is the task of others to take up your cause and finish the job. You blew the wall open, you smacked the shit out of them, but somebody else is going to have to come in and take care of them, because you've done what you can and you need to take a break, man. You're all fucked up. Your card of the day, the reverse Ten of Swords. I give you resolution. Your enemy finally has paid for their betrayal of you and the damage they have done to your career, and your brain is can already hear you telling me it's not enough. Except it is, because that's the most you're going to get. It might not be the exact kind or weight of resolution you would like. Blowing up the building and ending the corporation comes to mind. But you still have made Superman bleed. I'll explain what that means in a minute. And that's no small feat. This is where it gets interesting. So, this is exactly what I love about my favorite Batman story, The Dark Knight Rises. They used a really bad copy of it for Batman v Superman, which is why it was one of the many reasons why I despise that movie as much as I do. But because you missed the spirit of what Frank Miller had created with the book. It's my favorite Batman story of all time. It beats even The Dark Knight. It does. The Dark Knight is the best Batman movie that's ever been made, but the story of The Dark Knight Returns is above and beyond just a much. I wish Zack Snyder would have just taken it off the page and just made that instead of making Justice League. It would have been such a, because he's good at that. He's good at taking comic books and bringing them to life. And if he just would have done that, it would have been epic. It would have been. He could have had fucking the guy with Batman v Superman, Ben Affleck. He could have had him play Batman, and it would have been a fucking great movie. It just would have been so good. But Bruce Wayne, after losing Jason Todd, who was Robin, because the Joker killed him, chooses an alternate timeline to just quit. Instead of continuing the battle and continuing the fight, he gives up because he refuses to let anybody else pay for his mistakes and plays for his quest. A decade passes in which superheroes are outlawed by the government, and when Bruce comes back into town to salute Commissioner James Gordon's retirement, he can't help but transform back into Batman again. He thinks he can handle it, but he doesn't. Long story short, he isn't the only superhero still doing the superhero thing, because even though everyone else has been removed from the game, Superman is still serving the United States government illegally behind the scenes. So, and this is Reagan era, Ronald Reagan. So you get to see Ronald Reagan basically using Superman as a device so that the United States can further its gains. Because Superman thinks that it's all about truth, justice, and the American way, which is apparently leaving out the truth and the justice parts. When Batman starts up his shtick again, because he wants to be Batman, they don't send the cops. They send Superman to stop him. And Batman just tells him to fuck off, basically. But he knows he can't beat Superman. He can only knock some sense into him to try to get him to stop being himself without actually being himself. So, Batman hooks himself into the Gotham City power grid with his new bat suit, has Green Arrow shoot Superman with a kryptonite arrow, and proceeds to beat him to a bloody pulp. Which is a little bit of an exaggeration, but he beats the crap out of him. He makes him bleed, which is amazing, because it's like making Superman bleed is pretty much impossible. But he does it. And in the end, the power runs out, and Bruce, spoiler alert, he fakes his own death. That way it looks like Superman killed him. Or at least Superman beat him so hard that he died. He died of a heart attack. Except he didn't. He just went underground. But, yeah. The point is, you can beat them up, but you just can't kill them. You did your part. Let someone else carry on from here. Sorry about that. You're not going to be happy about it, but it is the truth. Try to enjoy your life. You did your part, and it's not your quest to try to end them. That's somebody else's job. You're not going to like that. If the person I'm thinking about actually is going to end up, if this is who I'm, what I'm talking about, you're really not going to like that, because you want to Justice League crush them all and all the rest, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I understand how you feel, or at least I'm close enough to understand how you feel as much as anybody can, but you just can't beat City Hall. You just can't. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe so you never miss a new one. Leave your comments below, but only if you can do so in a civil and respectful manner. Visit the official Heretic Hermit website through the link of this video's description, and if you have questions or comments you would like to make that are not public, my email is trbeaumont99@gmail.com, trbeaumont99@gmail.com. Subject heading, whatever you want. Subject heading question. Subject heading YouTube. Subject heading like your stuff. I don't care. Surprise me. If you want to find the truth, you have to question everything. We have to do our best to keep each other honest so we don't let human nature destroy ourselves. May the universe guide you to prosperity and happiness, and I will be seeing you.